Hello, I'm Brian Noble, CEO of Family Policy Institute of Washington.
And I'm Brad Payne, President of FPIW Action.
Couple of disclaimers before we get started today. Nothing in this video is considered an endorsement of the candidate, nor the candidate's endorsement of FPIW or FPIW Action. It's simply a public service to meet and greet the candidate.
All right. Well, Tony, welcome. Glad you're with us this morning.
I'm glad to be here.
All right. First question, kind of a three-parter. If you would tell us specifically what position that you're running for, give us a little background about yourself and your family, and then tell us about your experience for this position.
Well, I'm running for state rep in the 3rd district. This has been a blue seat since 1980. And this year I was asked to step up. We think you have name recognition here in the city, and you have a good chance to win this. With all the changes, Ben Stucker was running, Natasha Hill, no other Republicans were running in the other 2 seats. So I stepped up, and we got Jim Wilson did a write-in candidacy at the last minute when he saw there wasn't a Republican running there. So I have been working since May 19th. Every day I've been out doorbelling, meeting our neighbors, our constituents. I want to make sure I represent everybody. This is not my seat. This is their seat. And that's the message I'm trying to hit home. I'm working for you, and I'm going to do what's best for the people, not what's best for me. But I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. We've lived here for 24 years, married with 4 children. And our last one graduated this year from GCU, and he stayed in Arizona. I got a boy in Madison, Wisconsin. My daughter's in Montana. There's not the good jobs that we have here. So I want to bring good working jobs, good paying jobs into Spokane. I mean, that's what's important to the people. They want to feel safe in their communities. They don't feel safe in their community, don't feel safe going downtown. We have a problem not having enough police resources with our police, and that's got to change when I'm elected. So I am running to make sure that I represent the people and do what's best for the people.
Excellent. What is your primary promise to the public if you were elected? And you alluded to some of those right now, but maybe you want to expand on that.
Well, I am going to make sure, I look at the number one responsibility of government is to keep us safe, keep our border secure, keep us safe. So I want to make sure we have all the funding we need for the police. So right now we have a bad reputation with the police. I think that's due to the media. I want to see a media campaign about all the good services that the police do for the community. Look at National Night Out. All the police all show up to all these events and talk about what they're doing in the neighborhood and take questions. We need more events like that people see all the positive things that our men in blue, women in blue are doing. When you look at low barrier housing downtown, the past couple of years there's been over 5,000 instances where the police had to show up, rape, crime, drug, theft. So all these things are happening right downtown. Look at the time that our police are spending with the very few people and not helping the community out.
Hmm.
The second thing I want to make sure we have is funding for our infrastructure. Right now we're $1 billion short in our roads, our construction, our bridges that need to be repaired. We need to correct that. And to me, everything else is extra. Don't spend money you don't have. Don't tax people. And you look at Initiative 2117, that is the worst tax for a person with limited income. When they're paying an extra 42 cents a gallon for gas, when their utilities are going up 40%, it's hidden. They don't know what's happening in there. Your programs like SNAP, they're not going to have the money, the resources, because everything's going up to help as many people as they normally help. So I want to make sure I vote yes for that and make sure people understand that this is a tax that's hurting the poor people. Yes, there's some rich people that can handle it, but it's not them. It's the poor people I want to represent, make sure that they're not paying excess taxes.
All right. Tony, how do you feel you differentiate from your opponent?
Well, I am a conservative. I try to be more in the middle because this is a very blue area. So I think I will represent everybody. She makes Bernie Sanders look conservative. She's farther left than he is. She wants to raise taxes, wants to steal from the rich, give it to the poor, programs for the poor. That's not helping them. That's not helping people get out of their predicaments they're in right now. Her mother was addicted to drugs. She grew up in a poor area, Hilliard, the poorest area in town. And she really touts that this is what she did all of her life. She went to law school. She's been very successful, but she still blames her trauma from her being a child the way she is today. I feel sorry for her. She's living in the past instead of the future, how she can help people in the future. Hilliard right now, because of the north-south freeway, that area is booming. New houses, new businesses. So there's more opportunity there than there was 20 years ago. So there's a big difference between the two of us. And I'm getting more and more Democrat support. Those Democrats that know her will not support her, will not vote for her. A lot are telling me they're not going to vote at all. I'm working hard to get their vote because I want to send a message that I'm going to work with everybody, not just Republicans.
Great. And fourth and final question is, what did you learn during the primary election or campaign that is positively impacting you during this general election?
To stay out of their race, run my race, and it was a very dirty race. Ben Stuckert should have won. He lost by about 250 votes, and he gracefully bowed out. So this would have been a completely different race if Ben Stuckert and I were competing against each other. But now Natasha, I've learned more about her, other debates, forums we've had, and because of her attitude, everybody's a racist if you don't agree with her. People that know her, they're not going to vote for her. I have the real opportunity to win this race.
Great.
All right. Well, Tony, thank you so much. I know that seems short and sweet, but we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for sharing with our listeners.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, I'm Brad Payne with FPIW Action.
And I'm Brian Noble with FPIW. Friendly reminder that nothing in this video is an endorsement of the candidate, nor the candidate's endorsement of FPIW or FPIW action. Like we like to say around here, go out there and defend and advance biblical values in the public square. Bye-bye.